Hello class and welcome to week 5 of middle school curriculum. I'm looking forward to reading your reviews of literature, which you just handed in Sunday night. I'll begin my review of those this evening. It is Tuesday, and I apologize for not getting this video up, but I also thought you probably needed to breathe a sigh of relief that you got those reviews of literature in. Take that sigh and then get geared up for this week. So this week, your primary goal is to take the first test. It's an essay test. It consists of 3 questions that ask you broad questions about the topics that are in chapters 1 through 3. And though they're broad, I want you to get deep with them. Make sure that your answers are substantial and thorough. Reference elements from the text. I'm going to be expecting that because it's an open book test and you're given 2.5 hours to complete it. So take your time with those, organize your thoughts, reference the text and the readings if you would like to use additional ones as well within your responses. But I'm also looking forward to reading those and looking for the little nuggets of wisdom that you've gleaned thus far in the course. After you have completed the test, you'll have a few other things that you'll need to do this week. There's an article you're going to read about differentiating for tweens. Within the middle school years, so much change takes place, even though the students don't age much, but they look totally different from the beginning of their teen years till the end. And then there's that in-between time where they're waiting to begin their teens, and those are equally interesting and filled with a lot of change. So we differentiate instruction and we differentiate behavioral modification schemes differently because the needs of these students are different. So you're going to read an article and then our discussion is going to be based on that article that you have read. In addition to that, you are to begin your collaborative case study. I've assigned you all a partner and you're going to work with that partner on a case study that has to deal with a scenario about differing perspectives on how to evaluate teachers. So I'd like you to create a Google Doc. You'll see that you have 6 questions to respond to, and each partner take 3 questions to be the chief responder to. And then, of course, your partner should chime in and help revise and smooth the answers out to both of your liking. Once you have the doc totally done, you will submit it to me. That is not due, though, for 2 weeks. You have all this week and next week to complete it. I know that you have to allot a big chunk of time aside to take the test, and I don't want you to feel too rushed with that. So that's everything that will be due and assigned this week. What is absolutely due is the test by Sunday night, and then in addition to that, the discussion on differentiating for tweens. Next week, I just want to give you a little bit of an overview of what to expect for next week. We're going to go back into the How to Handle Hard to Handle Parents book and look at how to deal with some additional scenarios that are problematic that come up with parents, commonly come up with parents. So we'll look at that and you'll complete a discussion on the schemes that are in the 2 chapters that you're going to be reading from that text. And you will be submitting those case studies, and you will have a short reading on teachers as a witness to the faith. Whether you go into a public school setting or you're a Catholic school teacher, you are still going to be a missionary in the classroom. You're still going to be living the corporal and the spiritual works of mercy. And I think we always need to be reflective and cognizant of that. You know, our faith, no matter what our vocation is, and even if you end up not teaching in a formal school setting, if you homeschool, we want our faith to be lived and we want it to be radiant through everything we do. So you're going to look at a presentation that you're going to read through that has to deal with that. How do we embrace and live out our faith within the classroom? And then you're going to write a short reflection using what was in the presentation, but also I just want to know what's on your heart. What does it mean to you to be a Catholic educator? So that will be what you're looking at next week. I just wanted to kind of fast forward and give you a little bit of an idea. You'll also be introduced to your next big project. So the first one was that review of lit. The next one we have is a performance-based project on an integrated curriculum, but we're going to wait and I am going to describe that in greater detail next week. I feel like you have enough on your plate with the test this week and getting your case studies off the ground and doing the discussion board with differentiating for tweens. So I don't want to bury you with any more, but that just gives you a little bit of a look forward. And I think that's it for this week. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me. In addition, remember that I have office hours on Thursday and Friday from noon to 2:30 in Egan room 262. So feel free to stop by anytime if you'd like to chat or if you need any additional clarification on anything. Well, that's it. God bless you. I hope you have a great week.